Good morning. It is Sunday, the 22nd of July. It's still very warm here in Ireland. It's me, Gillian Gotts, with my partner in crime, Lena Lass-Ilsen, in Estonia. Is it still sunny in Estonia? Still warm?
Yes, it was like inferno today, so
It's very hot today. It's muggy. There's no sun, but I think it could be late 20s. It's like poof, red face on me. So, how has your week been, Lena?
It's been good. It's been interesting. Still very hot. It's surprising for us Estonians. Normally we get maybe a week or two of this heat, and now it's been 2 months. So we're like, what is going on? Or no, 3 months even. But yeah, it's good. Crypto prices have done a bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
So hopefully that continues. We'll see. And yeah, for me personally, been a good week. What about you?
Oh, very good. I have to say, I was saying the reason we're doing a bit later. This is a non-crypto thing. I was singing in a musical last night in Bunclody in Wexford, and myself and 5 other choir members, we were drafted in to be the chorus, and we were peasant warriors with pikes. We had to sing this rebel song and bang the pikes at the right moment. And I tell you, it was so funny. I was banging my pike at the wrong moment, like bang, bang, bang. So life is very good, very good. And that's in the non-crypto world. Yeah, no, very busy. I say lots going on. I don't know. It seems to be endless stuff, whatever. And positivity, a lot of positivity. Actually, at the end, I've got some jokes I'm going to share at the end because it's such a nice, a green week with all the market cap going up. But yeah, so when I go into a piece of news that's not to do with musicals and singing and pikes and peasants and warriors, I'm just saying there was a piece that I laughed at this story. It was actually in CoinDesk, and it said, China crypto millionaires are using Bitcoin to buy real estate abroad, because it's clamped down in China. I'm going, what a piece of non-writing, isn't it? It's like a tabloid. And there was anything from 50 to 100,000 to 3 to 4 million. So all these Chinese Bitcoin billionaires coming in and buying our property.
Yes, I saw that one too, and I just thought, so what? And they're saying, like, I think in some point of the news they said, oh, maybe it's not something dodgy, but it's not something dodgy probably. So if you think of it this way, you have a lot of money in Bitcoin. What seems more comfortable? Change that Bitcoin into US dollars and then buy a house, or if you have the Bitcoin and someone's willing to sell a house for Bitcoin, then surely you're going to do that rather than going through the hassle of one step in between. So the point is, right now a lot of people have a lot of Bitcoin and they're happily going to buy things.
Yeah.
So we should really make past that. So yeah, thank you, CoinDesk, for the fantastic reporting.
And then I was saying too as well, it's funny, Twitter is sort of in the news a little bit, and there was 3 things actually I saw. First of all, Liverpool in the UK said they want to be the first climate positive city using blockchain, and they announced it via Twitter. So they're all taking lessons from Trump or something, I don't know. And then there's another report I saw on Twitter again. It said, the fake accounts where it says, send me Ether and I'll send you more Ether back. And apparently there's been about 5 million scammed out of people. People are sending their Ether off, they're expecting to get something back. And I know that with CZ, his tagline on his Twitter from Binance, he has not giving crypto away, which is funny. If it sounds too good, it probably is too good. And then the last piece of news, just on the Twitter side of things again, with the Thai rescue, and all very wonderful, all got out. But remember in the middle of it that Elon Musk got involved, and he was offering a little baby submarine. And then one of the British divers who lives out there said it was a PR stunt. And then Elon Musk said that British driver was a pedophile. Oh my God, it was crazy. But in the midst of it all, I said, this is all a crazy stuff. And I say, the boys got out, and that was the most amazing stuff they did. And also, we should pay tribute to that poor Thai Navy SEAL diver who died as well. So, just a big thing. But what was very interesting was that in the middle of all this stuff, when Elon was offering help via Twitter, right? And then some fake Twitter account got in there and said, oh, and by the way, just to ease the situations in the middle, before they were rescued, we're doing a Tesla giveaway, from Elon Musk to make you feel happier. And Sky reported as if it was Elon Musk tweeting it. That's mad, isn't it? Like all this blurring of the lines. They not recognize it was a fake account. And whatever about the other fracas that happened after, which is very unsavory. But he's not going to be saying, oh, and I'm helping these boys, and by the way, let's have a giveaway, I think the traditional press needs to get their act together.
Yes. So, I also saw the Liverpool news, and what there was something interesting. Oh yes, I really like this one. So UK is going to begin research on law reform for the use of smart contracts. So rather than, most of the world is going on, smart contracts, what are they not? But, it would be really great if we could actually use the smart contracts in like the true contract sense.
Yes.
So if you're buying a house, you will do it digitally. If X happens, then Y happens. So money is paid, house ownership goes to you. We can automate all of that rather than going to notaries and all of these things. But right now, the problem is that the laws saying that the process is this: you buy a house, you go to the notary, you sign a lot of papers, and then the house ownership transfers over. So I'm really glad that the UK has started that, and hopefully, the rest of the world will follow as well, because it will take away so much paperwork.
Yeah.
And yeah, but they have questions about data protection law and whether how it would interact with the contract law that is in place today. But it's a good start.
Yeah, no, makes sense to me. Actually, it's funny. I gave a talk earlier this year to the Law Society, and I was explaining about smart contracts here in Dublin, and I said, they're going to make you redundant, or at least the very, bread and butter stuff redundant, because who's going to pay a lawyer to do conveyancing when you can do it on the blockchain with some code? It was very funny. The lawyers all said, oh no, you'll need a lawyer to oversee the smart contract. And I'm going to go, I don't think so. I think if it's very simple, I'm not talking about complex stuff where there might be interpretation, but if it's very straightforward, if A, then B, then C, I think, you might not need a lawyer after all. And let them go do more interesting stuff anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the insightful lawyers have started looking into it themselves. So what is essentially going to help them do is help them do their job faster and easier. So the smart contract essentially is pretty stupid, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it needs someone to tell them what these parameters are and what needs to be done. So there will need to be a lawyer to set these sort of templates.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it will make things a lot faster. And yeah.
And I mean, the smart contract that certainly will attack at the start will be the very repetitive stuff. There's no interpretation. It's either this or that. You either paid or you didn't. You're either late or you're not. And then whatever the consequences are afterwards. And that makes sense, because that's boring. Who wants to do that? If you're a lawyer, you're bright, you're intelligent, go, change the world or something. Don't just do these boring contracts.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the price topic as well, we already mentioned. So there are some speculations that if Bitcoin hits the level of 8,000, which is one really big level of resistance, then we could see prices going up again pretty quickly. The reason why the price jumped so much is US, there was a lot of positive stuff from the regulators. And what was it? Was it Thursday or Wednesday when the Bitcoin price went up 10%? That was yeah. So again, the price speculation. Oh, it definitely hits this level, and then the price does X and Y, but it normally doesn't play by our rules. But 8,000 is a big milestone, so we'll see.
I think so. I like to think, obviously we both believe in the space, and we know we have seen that, that trajectory where, it's steady, and then it goes up, and then down. And that's been like the last couple of years. But the difference is it hasn't gone, it's still significantly higher each time, so it's not as if it's gone back to its 10 cent,
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it will find its fair value in time, and obviously mass adoption, all the rest of it will stabilize it. But it is interesting. And then I saw a piece of good news. The CFA, for the Certified Financial Analyst course, they're saying the exams now will include crypto topics, from 2019. So that's good, because obviously you want to get inside the educations and teach people who are dealing with finance what crypto means, and that's not this Ponzi scheme. I know to people working in this industry, it seems incredible. People might still use that term, but we're only a small proportion of the population. It is quite scary. I know you've been battling for many years. I'm only the newbie, came in last year, but you've been like 5 years going, it's not a Ponzi scheme, Mom, Dad, friends. So I suppose you've more right to be cross with people still going on about it. But yeah, it's inching closer and closer all the time.
Yeah. One day I will not get the response anymore. Surely. What else did I see that was interesting? Tezos is starting to change things. So They had a lot of court cases on who's ruling and who's in charge of the Tezos Foundation. And now they're going to try and go decentralized. So there will be no group of people in charge, and there will just be people, essentially, people can bake the tokens, another cool term. So either staking and mining, and now there's baking as well. So
what does baking mean? Is it
baking means that only nodes that have 10,000 Tezos tokens or more have sort of
the right to cook the cake. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like proof of stake.
Yeah. So proof of stake, you confirming these transactions, you can earn your rewards, and also you can have a say in, you know, what happens in Tezos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
cool.
Cool.
Call it the bake off.
Okay. And I saw in India, remember how the Reserve Bank had banned offering services to cryptocurrency businesses and allowing domestic users to even buy currency with their using their banks. And a few weeks ago, I think I'd said that there was a couple of organizations that were putting in cases against that, you know, were testifying about why this is wrong. And it's now been, the decision hasn't got a decision yet, but it's been held over to September the 11th, after the summer, before they decide one way or the other. So I don't know if they've made cogent arguments or not, but it's kind of important because India is such a big continent, and I think that cryptocurrency is so important to India because there's huge inequalities there, you know, in terms of all the different castes and in terms of so many unbanked people. I mean, there's obviously huge riches in India. There's a huge population that would not have access, you know, there's a lot of poverty there too as well. So I don't know, see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully goes well with that. Yeah, we were actually talking on this topic, quite different angle though. One of my kids, kindergarten, the parents of the other girl goes there. She used to work in the foreign ministry in Estonia when we had our first president after we became independent again. And they had a visit over to India. And we were talking about, on the topic of blockchain, how we can reduce the waste and bureaucracy of people working on stupid tasks. And she pointed out that in India, for them, it's very important to keep people working. So they see, okay, there's some sort of an innovation that potentially lose someone's job. So they are very against that. So okay, we need innovation. However, if people start losing jobs quickly, there's going to be another problem.
I suppose... Yes, if the jobs are replacing repetitive, manual, you know, blue-collar working, people who are penalized will be the blue-collar workers, obviously, people at the lower end of the scale. I guess, do you know something, maybe probably needs, in terms of the whole restructure of society, an idea of a minimum wage, a universal wage, so that even if people are not doing boring stuff, they're still receiving income. Because, I don't know, is there a welfare state in India? I don't think there is. Or I don't think it'd be terrible. Wouldn't be certainly sophisticated as would be in, you know, Europe or in the UK or Ireland or Estonia, whatever. So there's probably a balance that's needed. You're right, because you don't put people out of work, because what else can they do if they haven't been trained or they haven't got education? It's kind of an interesting one, isn't it? I suppose it's the whole societal, how you fix society, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose there's no one answer. I mean, on one hand, yes, people may lose jobs. On the other hand, then we're going to get stuck in the same place.
Yeah. So, I think if you bring opportunity at the same time, I think it'll be harsh to remove the jobs, to automate them, whatever, you know, and then just leave people there. Because what are they going to do? You know, I guess, because they're not university educated, they're not learning other skills or trade skills, whatever. So that would be kind of tough. I've got a crypto kitties story.
Oh, yeah.
They did another auction in favor of the oceans, preserving the oceans. A Honu kitty, a unique collectible to fund ocean preservation, and they were helping two charities, two environmental organizations, Ocean Elders and ACTI Global, and they had a unique collectible kitty. There was 18 bids, and they raised 25,000. That was nice. That was kind of fun. And they also saved the turtle. But they were saying too as well, CryptoKitties has been quite good for charitable efforts, because the head of art, Gul Gasper, and I'm saying that name all wrong, created the Celestial Cyber Dimension Kitty, and he raised $140,000 for a blockchain foundation. And then Kitties for a Cause, K4C, they raffled off, they sold 370 kitties early this year, and they raised $15,000 for Children's Hospital in Seattle. That's kind of nice, isn't it? I like to see that sort of, it's kind of their kitties with a social conscience.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, gaming, the amount of money that people spend on gaming, we were just talking about this yesterday. Oh, I've forgotten the name now. One company is raking in 300 million per month on just one game.
Wow.
And if CryptoKitties, that also blew up very quickly.
Yeah.
But if you want these little charitable events, that is very cute.
I think so. People are going to game. I'm not a gamer because I believe myself to be highly addictive to many things. So I don't want to learn how to game because I like my life. It's bad enough that it is. I don't have Xboxes and I don't have any games. I mean, I used to be hooked on Tetris when it first came out. I mean, like that's there is no hope for me. So I don't do gaming, but I get it. That's people, and people think if they're gaming anyway, if they contribute elsewhere, that's kind of cool. Well, I mean, you enjoy gaming. That's more, you like the action ones.
I do. I'm not very good at it. There's a few games. One is Dota 2, where I play these little characters. That's fun. I've also tried Call of Duty yesterday. Husband's really into it. I'm very bad at it. All of the Nazis killed me. It kind of end of the day when put the kids to bed and then done some work and then you just want something.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah,
so definitely very addictive.
Yeah,
but I can see how it is such a huge industry because it gives people some sort of release.
Yes, yeah.
Not necessarily a bad thing at all.
No, it's better than going around the streets and robbing and mugging people. It's kind
definitely most of it.
And I was going to say, I've got some jokes. So there was because we had a good week, green week in crypto. There were some funny memes going around the place. I saw one very funny. It's a picture of a bear in a New York yellow taxi. Big bear out the window. And he goes, "See you in January 2019." Or someone else said, once the Bitcoin went over the 6,700, all the Lambos and to the moon stuff started coming out again. We got all excited. And then there was a cartoon, a woman on a train, and she says, "Why are people smiling? Look at their phones. Why?" I've got a text from a love and happy news, whatever. He goes, it's the Bitcoin graph going up. So it's all, people are laughing. They're all self-mocking themselves, I guess,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love the crypto memes. Such fun stuff there.
It's clever stuff, yeah. That's all my stuff. Do you have any other stuff that you have?
I think that's pretty much everything. A few not so interesting bits, but yeah.
I think it was a nice week. I enjoyed the week, I have to go and hold my pike again tonight in the musical. And make sure I bang it at the right moment. Like bang, bang, bang. What was that? It's very difficult. I'm not very skilled. So I think it was a good week overall.
Yeah, well, the price is positive compared to what
I mean, we've been saying good week even when the price was desperate. So I think we probably can allow ourselves a good week this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, remember, everyone who's got this far, remember to subscribe and like our videos. That's very important.
And share them as well if you want us to keep talking on this crypto nonsense.
Yeah.
Do share them with your friends, and even if you have any ideas on what we should talk about.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
And stuff like that. Perfect.
Okay, I'll put that actually in the comments too when I'm posting as well, so people can send us questions. Yeah, and see what happens. Who knows? Yeah. So. Definitely. Guess that's goodbye for this week, and it's a good week. Good week and goodbye.
See you next week.
Bye.